it's not as simple as saying, okay, and there's your profit. No, that's not so. Often there are things like realtor commissions or closing costs, so lenders get paid. So my pre-tax net profit on this deal is...
Hello and welcome to another episode of Rehab Recap. In this video series, we interview local fix and flip investors on their latest project. Stay tuned to see how this investor sold the property before it was even done.
Aloha, my name is Michael Mazzella. Welcome to my house flip in Haleiwa, Hawaii. The property we're looking at today is located in beautiful Haleiwa. It's near the North Shore. It's one of the surfing capitals of the world. Now this property is over 2,100 square feet and it sits on a 13,000 square foot lot. When I bought it, it had 4 bedrooms and 1 bath, but I reconfigured it so that now it's 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. My favorite thing about the property is the location itself. It is 1 block away from the beach and it sits in an incredibly nice neighborhood with many multi-million-dollar homes.
All right, so we're in your 200 and what flip?
247th flip in the past 16 years.
Wow.
Welcome to my home.
Nice. All right, so we're inside now. What can you tell me when you first walked in? What were your impressions of the house?
When I first bought the home, it had a lot of potential. It had good bones, but obviously it needed a lot of work, to be brought up to modern expectations. We went with open concept. In fact, right here, there was a big wall and cabinets all set up over this way. So we knocked that down to open it up and get the open concept.
What else did you change in this kitchen?
Well, we redesigned everything, actually. The kitchen looked nothing like what it looks like now. So we made a large, obviously a large peninsula, we expanded this kitchen. We got rid of the cabinetry here, moved it over to here, right? So going with the open concept, now it opens up and it's a much bigger space for, the owners to enjoy.
Nice. All new appliances?
Everything is brand new, stainless steel. We try to use nice, higher end fixtures because that's what draws the eye, right, when somebody comes in. So anything that draws the eye, we want to make sure it's, it's a good thing, not a negative thing.
And then we have this grand room. What would you call it? Kind of like the dining / living room? Or?
Yeah, and well, see, Jin, that's part of the idea, what we're trying to do. This is a dining room, it's a living room, it's a family room, it's whatever they want it to be.
Okay.
It's big open space that's centrally located right by the kitchen, close to everything. What we had here was a large, decent sized bedroom on this side, but over here was a smaller bedroom. So what we did was I moved the walls back this way to make it larger. Okay. So now you've got, all the bedrooms in this home are pretty big. Hawaii has many, many tiny bedrooms. So in this house, that's not an issue.
This bedroom, this was already, you didn't change the footprint of the house.
Did not change the footprint on this one at all.
Okay, because I can
just cleaned it up.
I can see the exposed brick here. So it looks like that's part of the original house.
Part of the original house.
And this was added on.
All I really did here was we just redid, we cleaned it up, we painted it, new floors, new fixtures, and we put the mirrors in. The mirror doors actually give the illusion that it's even larger than it actually is.
Absolutely. Okay.
So this is a whole new bathroom that we put in. This is the general access bathroom.
For the other 2 bedrooms.
Right.
And I can see the continuation from the kitchen, right? The quartz countertop.
We wanted to keep the same theme going throughout the house, right? So cherry wood cabinets, brushed nickel finishes, right? And quartz, a white quartz on top.
All right, and then the original bathroom is right next door.
The original bathroom, but before you see that, what you need to know is that we made this whole part of the house, this whole corner is now a master. This is the master bedroom.
Okay.
So before, this was the one original bathroom. I'm losing my voice at the most opportune time. So this was the original bathroom. We added that bathroom that you just saw, and then we folded this into the master. So now this is part of the master suite. We gutted it completely and just redid it and brought in some extra light, right, with the window. So now there's natural light in it.
So the new wall is over here with the
Right.
door for the master suite, but you mentioned that before it was here.
When I bought the house, this is the beginning of the master bedroom.
And they all shared that one bathroom.
They all
that was
share
up
the
here.
one bathroom, correct. This was out
yeah.
in the hallway where I'm standing now. So now this is all part of the master.
And then again, big bedroom for the master, of course.
It's big, it's a big corner bedroom with 2 windows, lots of natural light in here.
All right. So as you know, this property was already sold when we did the interview with Michael. The new homeowners are still in the process of moving in, but they still allowed us to come in and film the rest of this episode. So we're walking into one of the units, extra units right now. What was this before, actually? You mentioned...
Jin, this used to be an indoor patio area. The size was perfect, so we added a bathroom here, and now this is a large master suite. That could be rented out because it's got a separate entry right here, and then this can be locked off, right, from the main house. If they want to, this could just be another master, right? And you know, if it's a larger family or if it's a smaller family, if they can live in the 3-2 segment of the house, they could rent this out.
Yeah.
Probably get, you know, $1,200, $1,400 a month for this.
Nice.
Yeah. This bathroom is brand new, and we actually had to tunnel through the floor. We had to bust open the concrete to run all the plumbing out here.
Right.
You know, that's always fun and loud. Now, what's interesting, Jin, is when I bought this house, this used to be a garage.
Okay.
So I decided, you know, more value to the homeowner to have a separate master suite that they could choose to rent it out separately, right?
This bathroom, again, brand new.
We had some plumbing here, so there was an unfinished bathroom, but now it's a separate bathroom for another master suite. So as a whole, this house actually has 3 master suites in it.
Nice.
And 2 regular bedrooms.
Nice. Okay. Michael, we're here at the final part of the episode, and as you know, we end every episode with a 5-question interview.
Okay.
The 5 questions are: how did you find this property? How much did you pay for it? How much was the rehab? How much do you expect to sell for? And then the last question is, what was the biggest lesson you learned on this one?
Right.
So, starting with the first question, how did you find this property?
This one was actually on the MLS. It was on the MLS, sitting on the market for something like 9 months.
Oh, wow.
And we got into an extended negotiation with using a realtor. And I got it down to a price that worked for me. And you know, as an investor doing a large volume of deals, I think it's important not to rely on the MLS and on real estate agents. Mm-hmm. They will find deals for you, yes, but they're not going to find a lot of deals, right? We have to be the experts at finding deals. But this is one example of where, you know, I think investors should still pay attention to the MLS and still have some good, well-trained realtors to find deals. This is an example.
Absolutely. And as we talked about it before, who was the realtor again?
It was Keena.
Yes, and
everybody loves Keena
yeah,
here. I understand you
Keena.
did an episode on
exactly.
Keena.
We did episode 2 with Keena, and if you haven't seen that episode, make sure you check it out.
In addition to being a house flipper, she's also a good realtor.
Yes, exactly. So she was a great episode to shoot. So you found it on the MLS. The next question would be, how much did you pay for the property?
$950,000.
Okay.
So I got it $100,000 below asking price.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that's what you need to do in order to make it work.
That's what we do. Yeah. We have to buy it on day one with a profit built into it.
Absolutely.
Because you never know what could happen.
Mm-hmm. Third question was, how much was the rehab?
We set a budget for $120,000 at the beginning. We stayed within that budget. At the very end, in my final negotiations with the buyer, I gave him a little bit of credit, so we went to, I think like $3,000. Okay. So I spent $123,000, but it's still within the margins. Because when I set a budget of 120, I also have a 10% buffer right, for overages and stuff like that, which would have been another 112. So we stayed within budget, and I ended up spending 123 on everything that you see here.
Very nice. Okay. Fourth question is, how much do you expect to sell this for?
Well, Jin, actually, this house already did sell. So we're already in escrow. Didn't even put it on the market. But to answer your question, it's $1.3 million.
So it's already sold for 1.
No, I still own it for a few more days. And actually the week after next, it's going to close.
Okay.
Yeah.
1.3.
1.3.
Just like that.
Yeah. Just like that.
What can you tell us about?
Well, the way that fleshes out for your followers, your viewers who are wondering, is by the time it's not as simple as saying, okay, you paid 950 plus 120, and then subtract all of that from 1.3 million, and there's your profit. No, that's not so. Often there are things like realtor commissions or closing costs, or lenders get paid. So my pre-tax net profit on this deal is $135,000. So not bad for 6 months in and out, and considering this is one of, I think, 16 flips I've got going on right now at this moment, and I put no money, of my own money in it. That's one of the reasons why this is such a great business to be in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1.3 million, and we've already got it in escrow. Never even made it to market, by the way. Yeah.
Last question, final question I have for you is, what was the biggest lesson you learned on this flip?
It's a very good question, Jim, because I've been doing this for 16 years, and 247 house flips. And I've learned most of my lessons earlier, making mistakes and stuff like that. This one here taught me that I ran into a problem in the last stage of the renovation, and that is with contractors. And that is, they couldn't get it finished. They kept moving the end date, the finish date, and this was all in contract. So it went to the point where, if they're late, they get fined like $200 a day. And they were not motivated to get out here and get it finished, and complaining about this or that, whatever issues they had. So I let them go. And it's not easy to do. I've been working with the same contractor for quite a while, for several years, and they've done lots and lots of my houses. But as that relationship, cemented itself over the years, I kind of looked the other way when they made dumb mistakes or they couldn't get it done on time. That was my biggest issue, them not being able to get stuff on time. This was the last straw. I removed them. We had to put the project on hold for about 2 weeks as we went through the interview screening process to get another contractor in here to finish it up and take it across the finish line. So the lesson learned for me is that just because you have an established relationship with a vendor, in this case a general contractor, doesn't mean that it's in the bag, and you never want them to think it's in the bag. You always need to hold that ability to hire and fire people off your power team. And sometimes when investors lock into using one contractor over and over and over again, a lot of the lines get blurred, and there becomes a comfort in that relationship, and I think that leads to complacency. And that was a big eye-opener for me here on this particular project, Jim. So now I've got, going forward, I've got new contractors, and we're still interviewing, because I'm not going to stick with one. I'm going to have several that we're going to work with, and it's going to be based on performance, as it always should have been.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this week's episode of Rehab Recap. If you're an experienced investor or a new investor like myself, make sure to check out KineaCapital.com, where you can see this episode's show notes. You can also find Michael's bio and contact information on the site. And lastly, if you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell notification below so you know when the next episode's out.